Now we're joined by the Director of Relief and Development, David Shelley. Dave, you've visited all of our different partners. You actually are diligent in making sure that you're connected with them, getting updates all the time. We were recently in Haiti together. What were some of your takeaways from that trip?
You know, I've had the privilege of going to the homes of people when the filters are delivered and watching how families are impacted. I mean, I've also seen the bad parts of it, where they're getting water from now. So it's a really great privilege if we can impact it even more with more biosand filters, a great Canadian invention, and we can just change. I like what was said. We change the generations to come. And that's huge. It
is. And then we look at Uganda as well, where we are changing generations. We've been doing that for years. Yeah. And again, a very different landscape there. So we're looking at wells and talk about the passion behind that, what you've been doing there.
Well, we've been in the rural areas. So these are remote, communities who need clean water, that children die because they don't have it. So I have the great privilege of going along for the well dedications. So
I've been to some of those as well, yeah.
Right, and they're a great crowd and it's joyful, but the hard part is where I remember in particular going down into a real remote area. The road was barely there. Did a great celebration, dedication, prayer, a lot of people there, but afterwards they said, oh, could you come and talk to this gentleman? And I had to, he came up to me and he said, listen, I'm not from this community. I'm from a community farther down this road, more remote than them, and we need clean water for our families and for our children, and can you help us? And that's one of the hard parts, saying, you know what, I can't help you right now, but I know there's people with hearts in Canada and our donors that will come alongside us. And we've got, Victory Outreach Ministries has their own drilling rig for shallow wells. We refurbish wells there, but what's great is, a whole community gets changed because of it, and generational again. So you may just give your dollars once, we may refurbish a well, but you know what? It's the children, and sometimes we're too late. That's the tough part, is if we would have come a month earlier, perhaps one of the children that got sick and died wouldn't have died. So we're just looking forward to doing more in both countries.
Yeah. Thank you so much, David, for all of your hard work. You can make this happen. You can make sure that those that need clean water can get clean water today. Can you help us? 1-800-265-3100, or you can give securely online, crossroads.ca/water. Let's make sure that we are not too late to get to some of these communities in Uganda. Not only health that is restored when a community gains access to clean water, but there are so many positive effects that happen. Take a look at this.
When Crossroads arrived on the ground in northern Uganda in 2006, things were horrific. Years of war had displaced nearly 95% of the population. Thousands were dying. There were so many needs to address. But other than food, the most desperate need was clean water. People were traveling for miles by foot, even if it was for dirty water, and they were getting sick from waterborne diseases.
Safe water coverage in 2 districts by 11%.
So along with its local partner, Victory Outreach Ministries, Crossroads Relief and Development created a plan and dug and repaired more than 100 wells, providing access to clean water for over 100,000 people in northern Uganda.
One of the benefits, you fix one well, that could service 1,500 people. It's a big impact. We brought it back to our Huntley viewers, and many of them remember it, and they said, yeah, we'll help you with clean water. And so we were able to now go into communities, refurbish wells with new pumps and testing and all of the things that need to be done, and bless the whole community with clean water.
As more people found access to clean water, the most immediate thing they noticed is they were starting to feel better.
There used to be a lot of problems with the worm infestation, diarrheal diseases. But I think with the boreholes in place, I think it is coming down.
Feeling healthier also meant that people didn't need to go to the doctor as often and could save the money they spent on clinics for other things. And other rewards emerged, some that weren't necessarily planned.
A lot of it will be unspoken, that they'll say violence for women is increased when they're spending a longer time collecting water.
Women began to report lower rates of violence they had often experienced on the road to the wells, or even at home. Since wells were closer, they felt safer.
They're walking long distances and they're taking time at the water pump. Their husbands will become suspicious of them, that they're out doing other things, or that they're not hurrying to do their responsibilities. So when the water pump is closer, it brings peace to the home, is what I'm told, that the husbands are happier, is the way they put it, that they won't then hit the woman for not taking care of their responsibilities.
She was saying that now the husband is happy because she can do everything that she could have done within a day. What's supposed to be done for that day, she does it. Because she now, even if the bicycle is not there, she can come on foot.
Parents and teachers discovered another joyous benefit. With wells nearby, it was much easier for their children to go to school each morning.
The children are able to go to school early enough because they just wake up in the morning, go to the well and come back with water, they bathe and they go to school. But in the past, before the well was put in place, they first had to walk the 2 kilometers or more, and then they wait until their turn comes, they get water and come back, then they go to school very late.
When most of us think about access to clean water, we think about what we drink, bathe in, and cook with. But clean water here means so much more. It has a direct impact on health, income, education, safety, and dignity. Will you be part of this holistic work and continue to bring clean water to places like northern Uganda? Visit crossroads.ca and give life.